I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, everybody? This is your Ozark After Show. We're talking Season 3, Episode 3. I got my lovely co-host here. We're going to start with some, first let me introduce. We got Sean to my left. I got Lauren over there. You guys go ahead and introduce yourselves, even though I kind of gave the quick one.
I'm Sean McHugh, and I'm officially Team Marty.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm LaGrosso, and I'm Team you.
All right. And I'm your boy, Tenere Williams. I'm going to be your moderator for tonight. So, again, I appreciate the applause. Thank you. Like the long, elongated one.
Yeah.
Right. Nice.
You deserve it.
I appreciate that. We're seeing, I like this guy already. I like it. So, again, thank you guys for joining us. We are talking Season 3, Episode 3 of some Ozark. Once again, I mean, I love the writers on this show. You guys keep things moving. I want to start with some overall thoughts. Sean.
Well, just to go with what you just said, this show is, what I love about this show is that you better keep up. Because we ain't dumbing it down for nobody. No. We just jump in, and you better keep up.
There we go.
So that's one of the things I love about the writing in this show. But yeah, a great episode. We got a lot thrown at us tonight, and I'm excited to get into it.
Let's go.
Everyone there is savage.
Yes. Yeah, I thought. Like you said, especially coming off, what happened in episode 2, just the, to pick up right away. Like you said, what's her name? Wendy.
Yes.
Wendy just took a step up in my book. Like she had just been gangster, and now it was like,
yeah, dude,
you truly gangsta woman. Like she's just out there with her little wine glass, just like you start hitting the.
She's embracing the inner child.
I was gonna say,
adding wine.
That middle of the day,
Yes.
that middle of the day drinking. Like, come on. Let's
she's
do it.
ruthless, man.
She's stepping it up. So let's get into things. Like I said, I want to start off with really dealing with the casino. Helen and Wendy, they step in. They shut it down. They're kind of at odds with the older couple there, and you already knew when Helen means business. Wendy's stepping up her game, and you were just kind of like, yeah, these people don't stand a chance. I don't know how it's going to go down, but they're not going to get it. What do you guys think when they came in and did that?
Those two together, I mean, it's insane, like how ruthless and almost diabolical they are.
They belong together.
They do. They work really well together, and what's her name? Wendy is very influenced. Wow, her other name just
Helen.
Thank you, Helen. Yes, very influenced by Helen, and she's definitely kind of coming into her own. So
I feel like Helen might be a little bit less ruthless than Wendy, actually.
Oh, interesting.
Actually, it's interesting that you say that, because I feel that they have kind of leveled off. I mean, their relationship, you kind of saw like when they were in the car riding and having the different conversations about their husbands and their relationships. I feel that. Yeah, like that. Before, Wendy was always kind of still like, I'm a little bit like taking
turn the other cheek.
Yeah, and Helen was like really directing her, like, hey, this and this. And I feel now they're a little more on equal footing. It's kind of like, hey, we go in. Helen's got just her personality, but Wendy's just like right there with her, like. Just the ruthlessness has stepped up in Wendy.
But what I also love too is what with Helen now is that we've made her human being.
Yes.
We have a daughter and a son now and a husband, and there is we're definitely getting a different, more fulled out character with her, and I really like that.
Even the interaction with Ruth was just like, I thought, really humanized her. Obviously, it came with a threat and imminent violence, but at the same time, there were some really beautiful human moments where she softened and was amused by Ruth, and we saw different colors to her rather than just being hard.
Yes.
And it was really nice.
Well, and I really, like you said, really saw Wendy kind of take that step up. I mean, we kind of saw it in the very beginning, like with her. The show opens up with her dream.
With this crazy dream,
recreating a scene that we've already seen in a previous season.
Yes.
But it's with her coming, or when what's his name? Gosh, I'm forgetting names. I'm sorry, you guys.
Marty.
Oh, yes. When with Marty comes out and they're recreating the scene with the dad, Cade.
Oh, yes.
And but in this time it's Wendy, coming out with the gun, taking the money, shooting people, and she's just getting more violent, and like, what's going on? And even Marty's like, yeah, you were like screaming last night, like I can't. And you're just like, oh man, when you know, and I love Wendy's reaction when she first got in there. She was just like, huh. Okay. Yeah. And she like walks out, like goes about her bed. You're like, dang, like this girl.
Laura Linney, I just got to hand it to her, was just so brilliant in this episode. Especially that scene with her and her brother. I mean, I know we'll get there and we're not there yet, but there's so much nuance to the way she acts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she definitely, like you said, there's whether it's a look or the way she says something. I mean, none of that stuff goes past me. You're just like, ooh, like whether she's taking something in, like when Cosgrove comes and tells her, like, oh, I'm assuming you don't know what's going on. She's like, I do now. You know, like she's, oh man, you know, it's almost like the smile is more ruthless. Like, oh boy, he's about to. You almost felt for Marty in those situations. So, so we see, like I said, Helen and Wendy kind of dealing with the couple on the casino and just really ready to crush them. You know, just letting them know we have more resources than you. You guys can try to stall it out, but eventually we're gonna come in and get this. Meanwhile, Wendy and Marty are kind of at odds, going behind each other's back, doing stuff that you're like basically sabotaging each other's ideas and plans.
It's insane to me because we're already on like such an edge with this, with all these situations, and then to be playing games behind each other's back. I mean, well, I guess it just shows you that no matter what, we're human beings and we want what we want,
right?
And you know, we're gonna get it. Even if it means messing something else up, that it's already. I mean, it's so crazy to me. Like the writers, they're constantly pushing the envelope with this. Yeah. Like just when you think like, well, okay, it can't get worse than this. Oh, but it can, because we can bring the FBI in now,
right?
As another factor.
Oh man, and put our girl Ruth in the middle of everything. Like Ruth is the adult in the situation now, you know, and she's trying.
That's a great way to put it.
She had the great quote, you know, like, I am not your effing marriage counselor. You guys get your stuff together. She's out here coming up with brilliant plans, and they're basically messing stuff up.
Yeah.
And you know, like you said, she's just looking like, are you people serious? Like, man, like you said, playing with people's lives here. Yeah. This is not no game. And
and speaking of the marriage counselor turned on Marty despite her bribe.
Right.
She couldn't handle it anymore.
I was gonna say today
she felt for Wendy. She was feeling some solidarity with the pain of her fellow female, and she said, "You know what, Marty, you're wrong.
Right.
Give me my money, bitch."
And I feel like now, like you said, going forward, is she gonna be like, I'm on her side now? You know, like because
if there are counseling sessions going forward.
Okay.
Oh
man.
Okay.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen with the old art counseling. Like, oh,
just kidding. We're not gonna have a murder.
She seems like a nice lady, though. You hope she hangs.
Yeah,
right.
even though she's definitely abusing her psychology license. She seems very kind.
Yeah, yes.
But nobody is safe in this series, so I would not be surprised.
Who knew Missouri was so
popping?
Wow,
man. Well, you had mentioned it, Sean. So we get a new problem introduced in the form of new FBI agent coming through who's going to do a forensic accounting on the casino. So just one extra thing that Marty's got to deal with. And so as you guys saw, you know, they were going to be keeping tabs on the money, doing counting and all this stuff. So that forces Marty's got to be like, okay, how can I move this money now? I got these people, you know, these accountants on me, and just messing up his life. So, you know, I'm interested to see, like, with her character coming in, you know, and obviously we see at the end she's coming in and she's there to make a deal. I'm like, everybody's making deals.
Yeah.
And it was just funny that she knows about Agent
Petty,
and she knows about black guys. Is it Carter or
Jay?
Yes, something.
Well, I can look it up.
So she knows about him. He's got deals.
Doing, yeah.
She knows he's. So I'm just like, oh, like Marty's got a whole bunch going on, but she's like kind of smooth, just coming in all pregnant. You know?
Yeah, it was an interesting choice to make her pregnant. First of all, like, I'm wondering,
especially. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying, is the actress pregnant, or are they just making this a choice?
To me, her stomach looked really fake.
It looked fake.
Yeah, to me, it looked like a pillow that was poorly stuffed in. Like, for the fact that they have such beautiful writing, that like every scene is perfectly, the set's dressed perfectly, the ambiance of the moment is perfect, and then it looked like she had a lump in her tummy.
Well, I'm wondering.
But if she's really pregnant, maybe that's just the way her tummy looks.
I was going to say, that could actually be a step. We might see her one day, and she's just like ripping, you know, maybe she has like a pregnancy on or something.
Maybe she was connected to the cartel.
Heard it here first.
Dropping bombs.
Heard it here first.
And dropping bombs.
Well, I'm definitely, I was definitely interested in this episode and going forward. I mean, obviously we saw what happened at the end, you know, where they're like hauling Marty off, and you know, just to see kind of like what her role, you know, continuing role is going to be.
Sure.
And I was thinking the same thing at first when you said that, Lauren. But I'm like, when I saw the cartel guys come and get Marty at the end, but I was like, maybe they were just watching.
Maybe they were watching, but you didn't see, like, she disappeared suddenly, right? And then all of a sudden he was with those guys. Where did she go?
Well, he kind of walked away from her, and then they approached him, or just came up on his side. So, because she looked like she was hanging out at the back of the concert.
Would they really have done that when she was so close by?
I don't know.
If she wasn't somehow working with them?
Well, that's. I was gonna say, because they kind of.
That's a good point. I like that.
Walked him out the crowd, and like you said, if she's FBI, wouldn't she be like, "Hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Where are they going?"
I mean, it was behind her
friend?
technically, you could say, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, but there would have been a chance. And by the way, his name is Agent Trevor Evans.
Evans. There you go.
Thank you for that.
Good one.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how she I mean, because it feels just like the walls are closing in on Marty pretty quick. You know?
Yeah, from every direction.
Every direction.
FBI, cartels, man.
Wife.
Helen.
Helen.
I know she's part of the cartel, but Helen's kind of like her own thing.
And she's her own entity there. So, yeah, it's like you said, how is he going to get out of this? You know, and obviously at the end, the way we saw that things went down, you were just like, man, this is a tight spot.
And it was interesting because the one thing about Marty is he never panics. He was panicking. Like when he was physically like, whoa, no, wait, I don't know where this is going to go. Like, uh-oh. So that was a very telling kind of thing. Like, this is not good.
It was scary to see him flail like that.
It was. It was. That's a great way to, I was like, oh, no, this is who, I mean, obviously it's Jason Bateman. It's the star of the show. But, I mean, they're doing a really good job of making me very nervous for Marty.
Right.
And I was thinking in terms of with Uncle Ben there, I thought because of his little temper, I was like, oh, maybe he's going to try to go up against, you know, like, I don't care, I'm going up against the cartel.
In
but
a way
he was like,
did, right?
Well, he kind of punked out.
He did. I was
He
gonna
punked
say,
out.
He kind of knew, like, you know what, that's a little
was
out of my
like,
league right there.
You mean when they shot the gun at them?
No, I was just talking about when they were taking Marty to the car.
Right. You're
how
saying he punked out
stopped.
because he went to go with Ruth in the car to follow them?
No. I guess technically you're right. He did get Ruth. I'm just saying in the moment, he kind of punked out. Like,
yeah,
it's not like he
I guess he
rushed the
could have
people,
moved
like,
from the stage. But to fairness, I don't think he knew what was going on for a second. Because it looked like he was trying to decipher. Okay, are they really taking him away?
Right.
Yeah.
And
but I
then
mean,
once
his other situation when he just went off, you know, at the school, you were just like, oh, this dude's like crazy. So I thought like maybe crazy was going to kick in, and he was just like, where you guys going? Like all this stuff, and maybe he was going to be gone. But maybe, like I said,
he's smart though. Like the wood chipper guy wasn't going to be as much of an issue as
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
He kind of knew he's not that crazy.
No, that's a good point. So like, let me go get Ruth and let's go follow them. So that's true. I guess. All right.
Let's hear it for Uncle Ben.
Right.
Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben. And as Lauren referred to last week, not the rice.
Yeah. Uncle Ben, and I'm not talking about the rice.
Not the rice. Well, before we move on to the next topic of Wendy and the Navarro relationship, which I want to get into, we just want to send a shout out to you guys out there. Hey, without you guys listening, there is no us up here. So we really appreciate it. So what we need you guys to go on and do is go on YouTube, go onto the website, hit those like buttons, send some comments. We love interacting with our crowd. And like I said, we are the ESPN of after show talk here at AfterBuzz. TV talk. That's what we do here. So again, we appreciate all the likes and comments, and you guys keep us going. We love you guys. So moving on, like I said, I want to get into the Wendy and Navarro relationship. Now, this dude,
man,
he's a cartel leader, but he
is also a player.
Yeah, he'd just be calling up Wendy any time of the night. And I thought maybe he had like cameras on her, because he'd always be like, so what are you doing? You cooking dinner? Like, you're like, wait a minute, how do you know? I thought he was going to be like, you're eating pizza.
He might, though. You know, given the way the last scene panned out. That's what I was saying. I think maybe he did have people watching.
Man.
Yeah. Maybe not cameras. Maybe
I thought he was going to call her out when he was asking about the dinner, and she was like, oh, I just had like, what'd she say? Like
chicken.
And I thought
she was trying to make herself seem like a nice little lady who cooks for her husband every night.
I thought he was going to be like, I saw you eating pizza. Then I would have been like, wait a minute. What's going, you know?
Yeah, no, he didn't want to. He even said, I'm not watching anything. It's like, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
But it's weird because it's like he's kind of being scary, but he's sharing these intimate moments with her, and you're like,
That's exactly what turns her on, though.
Totally.
And he knows.
Yeah, he's full on flirting.
Yeah.
And like they're almost having phone sex.
And I thought at first like maybe she was like scared or because I mean it was kind of weird, just like he'd just be like.
She was.
Oh yeah.
But then
she was scared and excited
as he would be going. She
was scared and
excited. So speaking like Lauren's like talking like I know this.
No, I personally don't. But she
I know exactly Wendy.
But when you see what thrills her, what thrills her are things that are terrifying. Throwing herself into the wolves, putting herself in business with the cartel, going against her husband, partnering with Helen. The things that thrill Wendy are terrifying things. And I think that has to also be sexually.
Well, and that's what she said to the gentleman who was the owner of the casino, right? Like, if you can't get what you want with reason, do it with force.
Ooh.
Right?
Which he did.
Wow, he did. Yeah. Inadvertently?
Right.
Well,
yeah, sort of. But I had a feeling, did you too, when she said that to him, that's how it was going to pan out? I had a feeling that he was going to end up using some sort of violence, either on purpose or by accident.
With his wife, you did. Okay. It's funny. Like I don't know.
Hit her. I didn't think he'd murder her.
Yeah, no, I didn't think he'd murder her, but I think that it almost had to go that way. Yeah. Really.
I feel like she would have been okay if she hadn't had that last headbutt on right before
the
she
brother.
Yeah, you know? No, she did. I mean, poking his head and saying, "I should have married your brother." I mean, those are fighting words.
Woo! And I think she knew that, but she didn't know it was going to end. Like, I don't think she thought he had it in him to do.
Oh no,
that. So she's like, I can say anything I want to him, and he was just like, no more. And.
And we gotta, I know I'm calling out people's acting tonight, but his physicality, I don't know if that's just the way that guy normally walks, but if not, holy cow, like it totally encapsulates what that character is about. Like the limp, the shrugged shoulders, the whole body caving into the stomach. Right. Is some really beautiful physical acting.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's just he's a beaten down dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, he definitely played it well. You're right. I almost want to see him like, in real life.
Let's get him in here to walk.
Right, there you go. There you go. Well, it was interesting, and actually you brought up the lunch with the husband. That was another scene, like you said, where it was, I mean, man, this dude was just going through a lot. Marty had already addressed it in the beginning, in terms of like, hey, take your life back. And there was that moment where Wendy, when he said like, oh, your husband said the same thing, and where she was like, really? It was almost like that one moment, like, man,
shift so quickly.
So quickly.
We actually kind of agree. It's like, oh, well, he did have a point. Like, I'm going to agree with him for once. On
that was that was her best acting.
Yes.
Like, best Wendy's acting, not the actress, but that was Wendy's best acting because she flipped that so quick.
She was so pissed, and she let it show for a millisecond, and then instantly flipped it over to being like, well, yes, of course, that's what he meant to say.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
Yes, Wendy Bird.
That's Wendy Bird.
Man, the bird lady always be putting it down. I appreciate. Well, that was. There we go. We got a new name for her. But yeah, no, that was a powerful, I thought, scene because, like you said, before he actually came, she had another one of those dreams where it was the scene with the agent and Kate when he was taking the money at the diner.
Yes.
And you were just like, she's daydreaming about that. So you're like, what is going on? When like she's about to break out and do something because she's having these violent, dreams and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's going to get real.
Right. So
I have a quick question.
Yes.
It's a kind of total thing, but it was bugging. Why does Ruth still live in a trailer?
I was thinking that too.
Right?
She's making so much money now.
So much money.
Why are there tires everywhere? She's living in absolute squalor.
Totally.
Can we not rent a house?
Please.
Come on.
If it's good enough for Helen, I mean, come on, give Ruth a house.
Let's get the poor girl a real estate agent.
That is a good point. That is a good point.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah, no, it's been bugging me now. I'm like, come on.
Well, quick side note in terms of the gangsterness that continues to be Wendy. She pulls in our girl Darlene real quick for a couple scenes. We go talking about Zeke, the baby, and what she wants. I mean, when she's, all of a sudden gets this gumption, like, hey, I'm getting the baby back. And you're like, oh, even Jonah was like, you think that's a good idea? I think Wendy was like, I don't even care right now. Like, I'm going, So she devises the plan, goes to get hit, takes it like a champ. I mean, did you see, like, Darlene gives her one in the chin. She just gave the...
Like she'd been boxing her whole life.
Thank you.
What'd you say?
Like, wipe the mouth with the
that'll
thing.
do.
That'll do. And then just walked away. Like, didn't even run. Like, Darlene could have tackled whatever. She just had that hard walk. Like, you won't even do anything right now. And I think even Darlene was like, man, this girl crazy. Like, I know I'm crazy.
No, I think this is going to be Wendy's downfall.
Probably.
I think this is Wendy's downfall because
she went too far.
Did you forget what Darlene did to her husband that she loved?
It's like the Waking the Sleeping
Like
Giant.
loved him.
Like
devoted to?
Right. It's like poking the bear right there.
Yeah,
It's
why
like,
would you poke that bear?
Man.
I mean, let the baby go.
Right, right. It'll be interesting.
But then she's getting a little big for britches.
Right.
Just saying.
She's starting to feel like she's untouchable.
Oh, totally.
Right.
Yeah, and that came after a really beautiful scene between her and her brother.
Yes.
Where he acknowledged that, like, this is the Wendy he grew up with.
Right.
Oh, and then he gives her the best compliment, right?
Yeah, that was so cool.
That was a great moment. I mean, I love their relationship anyway, but that moment of your son, it reminds me of a younger you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And she took that in because she was
Yeah.
like, no one's ever said that, you know? And you could kind of be like, okay, that's, you know, it's almost like he knew what to say.
And remember, he asked her, am I like him? And she's like, no, you're nothing like Uncle Ben. And then Uncle Ben confirmed. So that was again, all the writing in this they pay everything off, everything connects. It's so good.
Yes, love it. And the last thing, actually, last couple of things I want to get to. One, so we move into Marty making the deal with the FBI. Or we see it talking to the agent. You know, we kind of see like, okay, is this, you know, that's kind of actually the last scene. You know, he kind of makes that decision like, okay, you know what, I'm going to do this. Gets swooped up by the cartel, and I guess we'll wait to see where they kind of left us on that last.
Oh, and we need
bit.
to mention that there's also one of Cosgrove's little henchmen who is getting tapped by Agent Evans.
That's right.
And he's currently on a boat with Charlotte and what's
Erin?
Erin? Helen's daughter.
Helen's daughter. I believe it's Erin.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's going to be, they got to him because he's like, I'll do whatever you want. And you knew he was like, as soon as you saw him on the boat, like, oh, here we go. Got Charlotte on there, got the two girls. So somehow they're going to be used as pawns or something, I feel
Charlotte seems so scared. Was it because she knew who he was, or was it because the last time she got on a boat in that way, it was a bad experience for her?
Oh, interesting.
What do you think?
I don't think she knows who he is.
Okay.
No, I don't think that, because I don't think she would have got on the boat if she knew who he was. I think she's just kind of, it's this weird thing where she's like the adult of the kids. And, you know, she's kind of the leader.
Right.
Because didn't she, like, she got raped on a boat.
Oh, that's right.
Like,
that's
in that
right.
sort of situation. So I couldn't tell if that was
that's
because of her past trauma or if it was because she knew him and was scared to interact with him.
Right.
Okay.
That'll be
That's a
interesting.
good point.
That's going to be something to watch.
Yeah.
So
Keep my eyes peeled.
Definitely, for sure. I mean, like I said, again, amazing, powerful episode. Can't wait to see what's going to happen in episode 4, how this is all going to carry over. You guys let us know like what your thoughts are in terms of what you liked about the episode. And we're actually just going to move really quickly into our favorite segment that you guys have come to love. It's called Hail to the Ozark.
Hail to the Ozark.
That's what we do here. So real quick, my Hail to the Ozark. Oh, we got the ominous music going on. That's what I'm talking about. My Hail to the Ozark moment was really actually the opening scene, just right off the bat. I was like, oh, hell no, Wendy Bird, you about to go take out Marty and everybody. And just from there, it kind of took off, and I was like, oh, hail to the Ozark. So for me, that opening scene with Wendy and kind of where it led to was my moment. What was yours, Sean?
I probably had to go Wendy attacking Darlene.
Woo!
Like, I was like, no, you didn't. Did you poke the... Like, we just kind of talked about it, but, like, I was like, why did you poke the bear?
Right.
You know, like, she's... doing.
Oh, you know she's about to fire back, too.
She will kill
Darlene.
you.
Yeah.
And, like, and then enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, so... I don't know.
Right.
That was going to be mine too, but I would say the other one would be, it was more of a small moment, but when Helen went up to Ruth and basically asked her, like, if Marty dies, can you handle things? And Ruth wasn't aware of what was happening.
That's a good one.
It was a sly hell to the Ozark.
Yes.
But hell to the no nonetheless.
No, that's how we do. Well, those are some good hell to the Ozarks. I love that. And like I said, let us know what your hell to the Ozark moment was for this episode. Like I said, great episode. Can't wait to see what's going on next week. Sean, as we wrap it up, let them know where people can find you and follow you.
You can find me on the gram at SeanStar75. Also on the Better Call Saul after show. Check me out there.
There we go.
You can find me everywhere at Lauren LaGrosso. Check out my single, Road to Glory, on all music streaming platforms, and my podcast, Unleash Your Inner Creative.
And I'm your boy, Tenere Williams. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at TenereW. That's at TeneReW. So again, you guys have a great week. We will see you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. All right? Take care. Peace.
Deuces.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.